Welcome back for today's Farm and Ranch News. As the Cattle Industry Convention concludes here in New Orleans, the future of the cattle markets was on the minds of all producers this week. And during the popular CattleFax Outlook seminar, they said prices and profitability will again favor cattle producers this year, with a major factor being we have the smallest cattle supply since 2015, as drought has caused the industry to dig deeper into the supply of feeder cattle and calves in the countryside.
From the base where we are in January 1 of this year, we've liquidated for 4 straight years. We got a smaller calf crop in the system. We've got feeder cattle and calf supplies outside of feedlots down 750,000 head. We've got an on-feed number that's down 500,000 head. As we go through the year, we'll experience tighter supplies. We think beef production will be down 5% this year.
As for the actual price forecast,
last year they started to trickle from wholesale back to live cattle values. The cattle feeders started to gain leverage as we went through last year. With tighter supplies, we would envision we'll continue to gain leverage compared to the wholesale, and wholesalers, packers, will gain more leverage into the retail space because of the tighter supplies. So as an analogy, as we look at this year, we would suggest that retail prices will be up 1%. We're capped here for a minute. Wholesale prices up 4%, fed cattle values up 10%. So that's margin realignment after having a pretty tough go in that category over the last couple of years. If that's the case, we would suggest a fed cattle market that'll average somewhere around 158 for this year. We're talking the corn market to be a little bit softer as we get into new crop corn in the second half of the year. If that trend's right, you should have an 8-weight yearling that averages somewhere around 195. A calf that averages about 2 1/4. So it's stair-stepping those prices up considerably compared to where we've been the last few years.
While this is welcome news, there are quite a lot of factors that could potentially impact those prices throughout this year.